as we close out the lovely 110 portal, channeled guidances, food for thought, 5D mystic enlightenment, functional adult / woo-woo pseudoscience lady. We want to talk about the difference between reactive and responsive with the human stuff. So good days start with coffee and you. Obviously, 5D mystic here. You means yourself. And that's also because the ability to have your securely attached inner self is amazing. So the inner adult of you, that's your higher self in you, ruling and running the show and having communication with dark matter, dark energy. And the sphere of consciousness is one that our lovely existential physics or just physicists, neuroscientists, a whole bunch of data people are looking into, they talk about, but philosophers still talk about it too, and so those of subject matters of the arts, and all of us can. The big question of consciousness and meaning has been one that goes on and on and on. The lucky thing for those of us who embody belief as our 111. So what is belief? As we read, the frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents. Now, they add the strong connection to source, but that's 4D lingo. Why? Because they believe in source with a capital S, like when you read spirituality guru, like Sadhguru, sharing how mysticism is not to be understood, but is to be, as he wrote, perceived and experienced with a capital P and a capital E. So what happens for those who stay within the spirituality or other soul age groups? They don't embody the belief frequency. That's because they are using the left mode, chit-chatter, verbal part of their brain. So the left mode of your brain, I always like to do a little bit of this so that we can understand. Divine masculine. The right mode, I like to call it your divine feminine, because all that is from your body, which is your feminine, comes up. And the wisdom of your heart and your gut. But see, they're not solo. Remember, feelings, the emotions, energy and motion, sensations. You and I have 6 basic sensations / emotions. There's a lot of good educational stuff that I could share. I'm trauma and attachment informed, and I'm not going to. But I'm going to lead you to understand that empowerment only happens when you show up fully and completely, which means you're smart, stable, mature, adaptive, rational, and teachable, which means that your quality of life is going to show it to me as well as how you treat me. Oh, that means you know how to respond, not react. Or when you react, like when my 3-year-old comes up with my mother, my twin, or there are other times that I've had my 3-year-old come up. No, it's not my 3-year-old, my 15. Well, it's a mixture. The states of selves, they have charges. Mine are all great because my higher self is leading me, Maria, the adult. So I don't call them names. I don't say my 1-year-old wants a hug, but I actually have noticed that, it's actually sometimes a 1-year-old and it wants a hug. But I'm a person who's a grown-up. Oh yes, I learned from Daniel Siegel about the mind, the brain, and relationships. He's awesome. Learned about, the somatic experiencing, from somatic stuff with Diane Heller and Peter Levine. And we have my lovely Awakened Embodied certificate with a bunch of somatic therapists, sex therapists, all these great educators. They use words that I'm going to translate. See, when you meet an adult, we don't actually, and I was an adult already when I was a kid because I have emotional maturity because I was in a securely attached body, my body, Maria's body. It has a soothe system. I love my body. I don't even need to touch me. I'm already all gooey inside. It's called love. Your nature is that. So is mine. 5D mystic here, not 4D. So with great power comes great responsibility. As a teenager, I might have thought those words meant something. I'm a conscious lover, not an unconscious one that comes in and out of people's lives. I'm empowered. I also care about everyone. So no one that I know has actually that. Those words right there, they do, but in a very different way than what a grown-up is going to, as a child growing up, think. So I thought responsible means to respond. That's right. Wait a minute. Let's go back to our spirituality guru, shall we? And the coffee cup that I said, you start every day with coffee in you. Okay, so let's talk about what it means to have a shame cycle, shall we? A 3-year-old broken heart. First 3 years of your life, it's all implicit memory. It's if you don't love humanity, you know there's a reason. I know there's one because I love everything about all people. We're a collective. Now, don't put me near the human suffering love narrative people because they have a problem for every solution. They're doomsdayers, they're negative, they're toxic. No, I just don't like being around them. They cram my style. I'm having fun. I'm trying to help people that want to help people. They want to talk about shit and not do shit except for, oh, excuse me, say shit from their mouth. And words like, with great power comes great responsibility. How dare you say there's nobody who's powerful? All those people aren't powerful. They got in positions. I'm a political science major. I will hold back my words due to the fact that I learned for the people, by the people. I must take away my hands and say smarts are nowhere to be found. Quality of life is not there. Lo and behold, there's not consciousness. Oh, what shall we do? Wait a minute. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. But feelings, people think they don't rule them, and yet they have all their 3-year-old heart. Wow. Now, I'm going to give you the shame cycle, heartbreak, gut wrench, torn apart. It ain't funny to hear about it. What's nice to know is some people go to good therapists. Some don't. That's sad to know. We're going to use the Zen master story from Sadhguru as he talks about a compulsive thief, which is basically anyone who's compulsive, who doesn't have their inner adult leading the way but is reactive, so they don't know how to turn that other cheek when they get slapped. Coffee, inner engineering course I took with Sadhguru. He explains what karma is. He also explains what it's not. And he also explains that it's also one of the ways you can achieve yoga, which essentially is integration of the brain, left and right mode, all hands on deck. It's you using your ventral vagal nervous system, soothe system. It's not demons that come out of your body. No, it's trauma memory. And I've seen people try to speed up the process because they don't take their actual healing journey seriously. No, they're impatient. I want a quick fix to my personal development. I want a magic wand to go through therapy. Oh, 1 year I'm done. No, that's not actually how it works. So sorry you didn't know that trauma memory is stored in your bones, your muscles, and your tissues. Oh, you don't believe me. Oh, I'm sorry. Go embody belief from the spirituality and other soul age groups. I'm educated. I got data. I actually know it's not something to believe in. When people say, I don't believe in Reiki, it's energy therapy. You don't need to believe in shit, but I got proof. But you know what? Let's do it this way. You haven't had the experience. I totally get it. Woo, pseudoscience lady. Oh, I get it. Like I get when you don't believe in Akashic record readings. That's totally awesome too. Like you don't believe in past or present or future lives. Yes, but I also know I don't believe in the devil or evil in that way that the ancients or 4D mystics do. But that's because, lo and behold, when I'm doing Akashic record readings and when I'm doing Reiki and when I'm doing anything within the sphere of energy, me and my body are in my soothe system. It's called I'm in a flow state with a grounded human being, integrated brain, and embodied self that is restorative. It's my mammalian heritage. It's my birthright as a human. That's straightforward. Go to somatics therapists and find out yourself. You know what a person though who has childhood trauma and shit show needs to do first before they can maybe, the Zen story. Compulsive thief, thieves, shame cycle, inner critic, outer critic, drugs, alcohol, sex, food. Let's do it all over again. Isolation. It's not because you're alone necessarily. It's because you're shoving all of the emotions down. Nope, I don't have a relationship with my body. Let's see. How many people know about quality of life when I went to college? I'm going to keep quiet because there are a lot of people, they thought they were independent just because they had cars. And I was looking at them every night, not do anything about their academic careers. And so it ain't education, makes you smart. No, stable, mature, adaptive, rational, teachable. Because flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable brain, you got this under check. It's called loving oneself easily and then sharing with others how to do so. Whole 3-year-old heart, 5D mysticism, enlightenment, functional adults, tune on in.